This one was requested a number of times, most recently from somebody from Fiji who was just like begging, please, Stan Walker, Amazing Grace, you won't regret it. So here we go. We're gonna jump in there momentarily. My name is Justin Berkovian. I'm a hospital chaplain and an ordained Christian minister. I like music and art that stirs the soul, that connects us with our humanity and sometimes with the divine. And I'll listen and give my honest feedback. Without further ado, let's get into it. Stan Walker, let's go. What? Levites and so that sound, because I'm at the hospital right now, and that sound means a baby was just born. So timing's pretty cool. That was beautiful. Really, really gorgeous, and kept me on my toes the whole time. A part of me was wondering if it was going to come back to like an Amazing Grace hook, but it was. I'm glad it didn't do what I predicted it might do, and that arrangement went, where they felt, maybe they felt led for it to go. It was really gorgeous, and that song has survived so many contexts and varieties of environments. It's a powerful song that is steeped in Christian tradition, going back to a few hundred years, 200-300 years ago ish. I forget because I'm going off the top here. But as I recall, this was someone who had formerly been associated with the transatlantic slave trade in some capacity, and then had a profound like an epiphany or realization that God's heart was against slavery, and this was their song of transformation and redemption. And so there's a universality clearly where I once was blind, but now I see has been applied to many, many different environments and contexts. But the original, as I understand it, was moving from, the kind of presupposition that it's okay in some circumstances to own people, to the revelation that no, it absolutely isn't. God loves everybody, and we are all created equal and ought to be dignified as such. But outside of Christian tradition and that origin, I've heard that song utilized and been in environments where that song is utilized in a very like interfaith way, or even it even seems to be embraced in otherwise secular environments, because there is something just so deeply spiritual, so transcendent, right? That I feel like people are welcome to attach specific theologies to it, but there's something, I think, transcendent about it, where some of the doctrine almost mucks it up. It's just so gorgeous as a spiritual. And that arrangement is fantastic. I don't know. I feel like I must have heard Stan Walker before, but I can't say for sure. I'm not thinking like the voice is familiar-ish. I was blown away by his vocal talent. The harmonies from the Levites and who I'm not familiar with them at all, but they were killer. It had that quality of the you hear sometimes about like siblings or cousins who harmonize together. There's a real tightness to the blending, the vocal blending, and it had, to me, it had a sense of that familiarity, that familial harmonization. What can you say? That's you know, I don't want to overanalyze it. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous piece of music. My friends who recommended this are absolutely right. I don't regret it whatsoever. I think it's just amazing, fantastic. I heard maybe a little influences here. I heard like I had one thought early on that was like, oh, that was kind of like Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, and then it went like totally went. That was in the rearview mirror by the time I could even finish the thought in my head, and they were jazzing it up and full on gospeling it up, and it was flawless. No notes. I don't know what to say. I love the sense. Like there was a clarity to where they were all going. I think that was that had, by the time they'd recorded it, I have a strong sense that it was pretty well mapped out, and the musicians probably had like, okay, we do this minimally. They had like, all right, we're in this chord progression this many times, and then it's I'm sure they had it mapped out, written out, and or memorized, but it felt improvisational, and it makes me wonder if it kind of like it started that way, and Stan Walker, whomever, they just like went almost improv style to get the core of that arrangement, and then kind of locked it in and said, okay, now this is what we're going to do for the recording, and tightened it up. But it had that feeling of like, all right, it's Sunday morning. It's Pentecost Sunday. We're at church. We might be here through lunch, but we're gonna just worship as the Spirit leads. And I don't know, what can I say? It's probably surprises no one, but I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I think it's amazing. And what was not lost at all on my sisters and brothers here who recorded this beautiful arrangement, very creative arrangement, was the sense of life that comes after being willing to die to self, so to speak. The willingness to go through a painful transition from being someone who is desperately in need of change, and either, willfully enduring the struggle of the transition, or being transcendently lifted up out of it, or both. The sense of the before and after was powerful. And that's not easy to do with a song that is 200, 300, whatever old it is. I could Google it, I guess, but so could you. And maybe we'll play a game. Let's see how far off I was with the 200 to 300 years old. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me and going to church with me here, and let's keep at it. If you'd heard that before, let me know your thoughts. If you hadn't heard that before, definitely let me know your thoughts, and whether you're a Christian or not a Christian. Yeah, I mean, objectively, no matter where you come from, what your background is, that was gorgeous. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna give it another listen. Hope you're well. Hope your week is filled with life-giving content of all sorts of different kinds. Pretty amazing that we live in an age where we just get to take in this kind of excellence, like with a few clicks away, and we get to experience that level of beauty and I think transcendence. Until next time, peace.